feel like this is tilted. Hello, what is up? Welcome back. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I don't know about you guys, but I have been ready for Christmas since before Halloween. That tree has been up since before Halloween, and I'm so excited to do a nice, easy, festive eye look for you guys. That's what we're gonna do today. I'm so excited. It's gonna be nice and green and gold. So beautiful. I'm going to be using my Be Perfect palette. You can use whatever palette has a green and a gold, or really whatever colors you want to use. You can always just take the technique you learned from this video and use whatever colors you want. This is a favorite palette of mine because it has truly every color you could ever need ever. I'm going to be using, like I said, the greens and golds, but take whatever resonates with you from this video and go forth into the universe with it. That's totally fine by me. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna pull my hair away from my face because it's like unbelievably long. Really have to get it cut because it just gets in the way of everything. And I hate it. I don't hate it. Long hair is only fun when you do it, and doing long hair takes so much effort. Okay, so like always, I'm gonna take my Painterly paint pot from MAC. This is my favorite eye primer. If you are new to my channel, this is the first video that you're seeing. I use this with every video, with every eye look, because it's so good. Then I just take you can use your finger, I used to, but I've recently just been like using a brush. This is a deluxe crease brush, This is a deluxe crease brush by Real Techniques. I just go in with it. Pretty self-explanatory. I have like veiny eyelids, so this helps a lot with like covering that up and also keeping my eyeshadow in place. I almost like put it up into my eyebrows too, just so that literally everything has the same base shape. Okie dokie. Now, I'm gonna recommend some brushes to you that are inexpensive and that I really pretty much use every time I do a makeup look. I think that they're so good and they're all Morphe brushes, so they're inexpensive, but they're all worth the money that you spend on them. So these are like the 3 eye brushes that I definitely recommend having. This one is like a fluffy, flat, fluffy brush. This one's just like a flat shader brush. And then this one is like this is like my favorite brush ever. It's like precise, but fluffy. This is such a good brush. So this is the M506, the Morphe M421, sorry. And then this is the Morphe M433. These are the brushes that I'm gonna use today. Highly recommend. Great bang for your buck. You can get them at, I almost said Sephora. You can get them at Ulta. So, the first color I'm going to go in with, oh, if you're new to my channel, I do my eyes first just because it saves so much of a mess. So the first color I'm gonna go in with is this Nude color. It's like a very foresty green. And I'm gonna take that on my M506, which is just this brush. And this is such a great palette. It's definitely an investment, but it's really good because all the shades are super pigmented and they all work really well with each other. And they have like every color you could possibly need in the palette. So I'm gonna take this right out here. And always start small, because if you're like me and you don't, you kind of lose control of the look and it's very easy to mess up. When I think of the holidays, I think of like obviously greens and reds, but I also think of like gold and a lot of blues. And so green is one of my favorite colors. So when I was thinking of like a festive look, as you can tell on my like, I don't know if you can see, but like my whole room is green because it just is a very calming color for me. So when I was thinking of like what kind of festive look I wanted to do, I was like, do I want to do a classic red or do I want to do like a green? And I always vibe towards green. And I was like, let me do a green and a gold because I feel like it can work for a lot of different events and it could be like this super easy look that also is, you know, effective and Really gorgeous. So I'm just taking this out here and I'm bringing it in the socket of my eye. I think that's what it's called. Girl, I don't know. Right here where there's a lot of push. I'm taking whatever's left on my brush and bringing it in. And if you have downturned eyes, this helps to lift them. I don't even know if it lifts them, but it complements your eye shape. So I'm just going in with this. And I'm bringing it in like no more than halfway. So I'm really just packing this on, and I'm not pulling it like out that much just because this is the darker shade. We're gonna go in with like a lighter green, and I'm gonna use that to like layer on top of this one. Let me like bring you in a little bit more. So now that I have not really any product left on the brush, I'm starting to bring it out. So I think the next color that I'm gonna take is called The Hype, which is this lighter green. Right here. And then I'm gonna use this Morphe M433, this other brush that I talked about. And what I'm gonna do is, with it on my brush, I'm going to go on the outer perimeter and press. I'm not gonna blend it yet. I'm just gonna press it into, almost like on top of like the outer. And then I'm gonna blend. Just to add like a little more like Grinch green. Let's have a look. Yes, oh yes. Now you could have done this, you know, flip-flop. You could have done like your lighter color first and then layered that nude shade on top of it. But this is just the way that I feel like I get the best blend, is when I do a darker shade and then the lighter one on top of it. This is such a good brush. It reminds me a lot of the Sigma E25, which is my go-to brush truly for anything that I do. It's like a do-it-all kind of brush. I used it in my previous video. Was it my previous video? It's the one where I just used one shade to do a whole entire brown smoky eye look. I'll have it linked up here. Up here. But this is a very cheaper alternative, and it is the same shape and pretty much does the same thing. Sigma brushes are just really good. They last a long time. But Morphe is definitely a good alternative. So now I'm gonna go in with the first brush that I used and the first shade, that nude color, and I'm just gonna bring her back. And just ever so lightly blend up so that we don't lose the shade. I like how that Hype color made the eye look. Like, it was looking a little too forest green, and this definitely just made it more like festive-y green. God, these shades are so good. I'm actually gonna take a little bit more. And bring it in just a little bit more. Just like go right here with it. Then for my gold color, my gold shimmer, I'm gonna take this brush, this Morphe M421, and I'm gonna take this Fortune color, that shade right there. Really gorgeous gold color. So I'm gonna take it on this brush, and you can wet your brush if you want it to look like a little bit more shinier. But I'm just gonna go in with a dry brush, and I'm just gonna take it starting at the inner corner. And I'm gonna, again, like press the shade in. If you want to like make this look that much more, I don't even know the word. If you wanted to take it to like the next level, you could always do like a cut crease and then layer this Fortune shade on top. But this is just like a very easy look that doesn't take too much time, effort, or anything really. I'm just gonna go back in. I'm really packing this Fortune shade on. It's like a very true gold. Gold. And I'm bringing it pretty far. You see how I'm doing like this? I'm almost giving myself a fake cut crease by like shoving the tip, pressing the tip of my brush into my socket. And I'm just blending it into that nude shade. Now, this is where it gets a little funky and you're like, okay, but how do I blend this out? You're gonna take your brush, literally the lightest tip into that nude shade, and you're gonna just start at the base of your lash line, and you're just gonna blend. Then you go back in with your shader brush, and you'll blend again. It's just like back and forth. And then I'm going to take this again, just above. I'm going to blend. And there it is. Really gorgeous. I love how the greens came out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go do the rest of my makeup, except for my lips, because I want to show you what I'm going to use for my lip products, and then I'll be right back. Okay. Lashes have been applied. I'm using my Arsonist lashes by Molten Lashes. They're my all-time fave. I use them in like every video. I do have a code with them. I'll link it down below if you want to use it. It is not an affiliate code. It just saves you guys some money. Lashes are already so inexpensive to begin with. Definitely go check them out. So to finish off this look, we are gonna do lips. I'm gonna use one of my favorite lip liners, which is my Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Endless Cacao. Brownie nude shade. You can do a red lip with this if you want to be like really festive. I just prefer a nude lip. I love the way it looks. Makes me feel confident, so that's what I wear all the time. I really like to overline my lips. If that is not something that you're into, you do not have to. And then for lipstick, to lighten this up a little bit, this is the Fenty Beauty Stunna Lip Paint in the shade Unbutton. Another favorite of mine. Lovely liquid lipstick that stays on through anything. And that is the lip. So my final step, as always, is just to bring back my birthmark. And we are done, you guys. This was truly one of the easiest makeup looks I've done in a really long time, and I love the way that it came out. Such a fun, festive, cute, I mean, you can wear this any time of the year. You definitely don't have to wear it just during like the holidays, but I felt like the green and the gold gave it a little more, you know, Christmas vibe. I highly encourage you all to try it out yourselves. I would love to see the way it comes out. So that is all, you guys. If you have made it this far, thank you. Greatly appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the look. If you did, make sure to show some love. Definitely helps me out, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Make sure to hang out, stick around, stay a while. We would love to have you here on this channel. And that is all for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next one.